From the moment the world saw Taylor Swift in the stands of an NFL game cheering for Travis Kelce, something shifted in pop culture forever. It was just a celebrity sighting. It was the spark of a story no one expected. A crossover between music and sports that redefined what modern love looks like under a global spotlight. Taylor Swift, already one of the most powerful women in entertainment, had built her empire through heartbreak, resilience, and reinvention. Her songs told the stories of every love she lived through. Each heartbreak turned into melody, every tear into rhythm. But this time, fans could sense something different. It wasn't a heartbreak song. It was a love song unfolding in real life. Travis Kelce, one of the most charismatic and talented players in the NFL, known for his confidence and charm, had once mentioned in an interview that he made Taylor Swift a friendship bracelet with his phone number on it during her Eras tour stop. It sounded like a simple story, almost too small to matter, until Taylor actually appeared at his game weeks later, waving from the VIP box beside his mother, cheering as if she'd been doing it for years. The cameras caught her every smile, every clap, every moment, and the internet exploded. Within hours, clips of her cheering on Travis were everywhere, turning football into a new kind of concert for millions of Swifties who suddenly became Kansas City Chiefs fans overnight. But behind the excitement was something deeper, a connection that seemed genuine in a world built on performance. Taylor had spent years under constant scrutiny, her relationships turned into headlines, her lyrics dissected for clues. Yet this time, there was no marketing plan, no staged photo ops, just a woman enjoying a Sunday afternoon, laughing and clapping for someone she cared about. It felt real, and that's why the world couldn't look away. As their story continued, every small gesture became a headline. Travis traveling to Taylor's concerts, Taylor attending his games, the two spotted holding hands in New York, and the smiles that looked effortless, not rehearsed. For Taylor, whose every romance had once been a public autopsy, this love felt like peace. Travis was different. Grounded, funny, confident. Without being controlling, he seemed to give her the space to be herself, not just the superstar version the world demanded. Fans began calling it the love era, a reflection of the joy she seemed to radiate every time she was with him. But while the romance blossomed, the pressures didn't fade. The media storm was relentless, analyzing their every move, speculating on engagement rumors, even questioning whether their relationship was a publicity stunt. Yet both of them stayed calm, letting their actions speak louder than headlines. Travis, who had built a career on strength and composure, didn't shy away from being publicly supportive of Taylor, showing up at her shows, dancing to her songs, proudly speaking about her in interviews. For a man in a sport often associated with toughness, his openness about admiration and respect for her became a refreshing sight. And Taylor, who had once written about fragile love and painful endings, now looked like someone who had found balance, a partnership rooted in mutual pride, not pressure. Their story intertwined with two worlds that rarely overlap, the glitter of pop and the grit of football. It wasn't just about fame anymore. It was about two people navigating success together. Taylor in the middle of her record-breaking Eras tour, and Travis preparing for yet another Super Bowl run, both at the top of their fields, yet finding time to support one another in moments that mattered most. In one iconic moment, when Travis won a game and blew a kiss toward the stands, fans noticed Taylor's reaction, a mix of pride and emotion that only someone truly invested could show. These weren't viral stunts. These were glimpses of two human beings sharing real emotions in front of millions. And that's what made this love story so magnetic. It wasn't perfect, but it was honest. As the months passed, Taylor continued breaking records. Her Eras tour became the highest-grossing concert series in history. The Taylor-esque version albums reclaimed her artistic power, and still, she showed up traveling across continents to watch Travis play. For her fans, this was more than romance. It was inspiration. Taylor had spent her whole career fighting for her voice, her ownership, and her freedom, and now she was living proof that success doesn't have to mean loneliness. She showed that a woman can be both ambitious and loved, powerful and peaceful, creative and cared for. Travis, in his own world, often credited Taylor with bringing positivity and light into his life, showing that even a man celebrated for strength can find his soft side in love. Together they symbolized balance to empires coexisting, not competing. Behind the scenes, their connections seemed to deepen. Friends close to them often described their relationship as supportive and equal. They laughed easily, respected each other's worlds, and kept private what mattered most. Taylor's music began to subtly reflect this peace. Fans noted how her newer performances felt more joyful, her smile more genuine, as if the woman who once wrote about heartbreak had finally found harmony. The internet kept buzzing from memes about Taylor winning the Super Bowl of love. Two fans wearing jerseys that said Swift 13 and Kelce 87, the merging of fan bases created a cultural wave no one saw coming. Even the NFL leaned into it, using Taylor's appearances to draw record-breaking viewership. But beyond the hype, there was a sense of authenticity that made their story special. They didn't need to flaunt their relationship. They simply existed within it. The contrast between Taylor's artistic world and Travis's athletic world only made the story richer. On one hand, she stood as a symbol of emotional intelligence and storytelling. On the other, he represented resilience and teamwork. Both thrived in their crafts, both had faced immense pressure, and both had found solace in each other's company. Taylor, who once sang about unrequited love and fragile hearts, now radiated strength and confidence. And Travis, who spent his career proving himself on the field, now found joy in simply supporting her from the sidelines. It was a rare kind of love story, one where two powerful people didn't try to outshine each other, but instead illuminated one another. As the seasons changed and their bond grew stronger, fans began to realize that this was a chapter of Taylor's story. It was an evolution. She wasn't writing from pain anymore. She was writing from peace. And for someone who built an entire career on emotion, that shift was monumental. The love between Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce became a modern fairy tale, but not because it was perfect, because it was real. In interviews, Travis often spoke about how he admired Taylor's work ethic, how seeing her perform for hours with precision and passion inspired him. And Taylor, in her quiet way, showed gratitude by supporting him in return, cheering him on, traveling to see him play, and proudly embracing his world. It was mutual respect, wrapped in warmth. For millions watching, their story became more than entertainment. It was hope. Proof that even after 1,000 heartbreaks, love can still surprise you. Proof that fame doesn't have to steal your softness. Proof that two completely different worlds can meet in the middle and make sense. Today, their relationship continues to shape conversations about what love in the spotlight can look like. Taylor Swift, once defined by her heartbreak songs, now embodies healing. Travis Kelce, once known purely for athletic excellence, now represents emotional maturity and devotion. Together, they've become symbols of balance. Fame with humility, love with boundaries, success with softness. Whether they re-walking hand in hand through a New York street or celebrating a touchdown from opposite sides of the field, one thing remains constant: the quiet, undeniable bond between them. It's not about perfection, it's about presence. And that's why fans connect so deeply, because beneath all the glitter and glory, it feels human. As time moves forward, one truth stands clear. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce didn't just create a love story. They created a cultural moment, one that blended music, sport, and emotion into something timeless. Their story reminds us that even at the height of fame, love can still be simple. Even under the world's gaze, two people can still find a little piece of peace. And maybe, just maybe, this time Taylor's found a forever that doesn't need a song because she's living it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment, dear viewer.